Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be drawing myself as a Digimon tamer. But first things first, I'm doing a voiceover. Wow! I've only done 2 other voiceovers back when I first started my channel. I don't think voiceovers will be a regular occurrence on my channel, but I wanted to do a voiceover for this video because I felt like I had a lot to explain for the artwork. So while the Speedpaint plays, I'll explain a little bit about my drawing process, why I chose the Digimon that I chose, and how my character would fit into the Digimon world. And now, onto the Speedpaint. I'm starting out with a basic T-pose-ish sketch so that I have a reference for the design for my final illustration. I used Digimon Cyber Sleuth's outfits as inspiration for how I wanted this outfit to look. Luckily, Cyber Sleuth has short-sleeved baseball t-shirts, also called raglan t-shirts, so I was able to keep my Blue Bun Persona shirt. I went with jean cargo shorts because I could. They were originally just khaki cargo shorts, but I felt like there were too many warm colors, so I made them jeans instead. Also, fun fact, I didn't know jean cargo shorts existed until I googled it like 2 minutes ago. Anyway, I added fingerless gloves and mid-calf socks, as well as tennis shoes. Do tall socks look good with this outfit? Probably not. But since when has Digimon cared about good fashion choices? I gave myself a hairstyle that kinda looks like my OC Mocha's, especially with the bangs, but it has longer hair that's put into a ponytail. I made my hair blue because Digimon also doesn't care about realistic hair colors. Then I drew a small headshot sketch of my Digisona in a very derpy looking Digivice. Now let's talk about the final illustration, starting with my Digimon. Digimon Cyber Sleuth is the first and only Digimon game I've played, and I chose Terriermon as my first partner. Because of that, I wanted Terriermon to be my partner for this illustration. However, there's another Digimon that I love just as much, if not more, Hackmon. But how could I include multiple Digimon if there's only one Digimon per Digidestined? I had a big brain moment after reading Hackmon's Cyber Sleuth entry and decided on a bit of lore for my characters. Shortly after I entered the digital world and met Terriermon, we met Hackmon. He wanted to become strong enough to become a royal knight, and he knew that Digidestined had to become strong in order to defeat the powers of evil. So he joined me in Terriermon, and now we're all bros. I have literally no clue how the story goes from there since I'm not super familiar with Digimon lore. I've only watched Digimon Adventure 01 and 02, and I haven't even finished Cyber Sleuth yet. Anyway, for the drawing I decided that I would be holding Terriermon, and Hackmon, being the energetic dork he is, would be jumping onto my head. I think Hackmon's pose looks a little stiff and doesn't really show his movement, but I don't really care because even though he's just a rookie stage Digimon, he has a complex design and I didn't want to redraw him. I don't know what to say until we get to shading, so enjoy some of the speed paint without my voice over it. We're on to shading, which means commentary has returned. For the shading, I decided to have the light source be on the upper left, which means most of the lower right will be in shadows. I didn't know what color to use for shading since there's so many different colors in the illustration, so I chose a random dark teal that I could edit later. I say commentary has returned, and yet there's like a minute of silence because I don't know what else to say. I changed Terriermon's shading to a yellowy green color, my shirt and Hackmon to a desaturated blue, and everything else to a magenta color. I started out using the skin color set to multiply to shade the skin, but I made it have a more red hue later on. Once shading was done, I added some highlights on the upper left side using a light yellow set to screen. I used to use add for highlights, but I prefer screen now. I left the hair for last and shaded it using the hair color set to multiply, but it looked too light so I darkened it. Then I set the hair color to screen and added highlights. After that, I went back over the darkest parts of the hair using the shading color set to multiply. With the main picture finished, I grabbed a background from the asset library and made it fill about 3/4 of the canvas. Then I added a white border to my Digisona and Digimon to separate them from the background. I outlined the background and slightly rotated the outline. I kind of wish I had drawn my own background, but I had already put a lot of time and effort into the main picture, and I do like how the pre-made background looks. Lastly, I added a gradient from light yellow to deep maroon and set it over the characters to add some extra shading. And with that, the illustration is finished. Here's the final results for the concept sketch and final illustration. I like how both of them turned out, and I think Hackmon is my favorite part of the final illustration. If you like this video, consider subscribing. I post new art videos every Saturday. I don't know how to do outros, so, bye.